He's one of the most consistent players in green. Kyle Hyland enters his third season in Oklahoma City. What he lacks in stature at 5'7", he makes up in performance. Kyle has made a big impact on the pitch. I recently had the chance to sit down with the 26-year-old Ohio native to talk big goals, staying organized, and Cubs baseball.
Third year now for you.
Yep, third year, yeah.
And can you believe it's been that long for you?
No, it's crazy. Kind of time flies, you know.
Settling in as the back, describe to me your role, because I think initially when you started, it was primarily defensive, and it seems like you're almost part of the attack almost, especially toward the end of last year.
Yeah, so past 2 years it's been a little bit of both. The first year I was here, I played a little bit of left mid as well. And then last year kind of narrowed it down, and it was mainly left back. But we used to, you know, we would play a lot where I'd go forward a lot. You know, Richard Dixon would go forward a lot and try to add as many numbers into the attack as possible. I feel as though we're probably going to do something similar here. It'll be, you know, obviously first responsibility is always defense first. You know, shut down their attack first. But when you can pick moments and stuff like that where you can get crosses or get into the attack, it's definitely going to help everybody else out as well.
As far as you, I think a lot of Energy fans knew you specifically last year as, the guy that scored the goal against Rayo that won it. That had to be pretty special for you professionally.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was that game had something to it that was a little special and stuff. So it was a lot of fun to play in, and then obviously, yeah, scoring the goal obviously made my day for sure. But overall, I mean, advancing over that team was, I mean, that was huge for our morale for really the entire season.
I got a couple shots of you up next to goalkeepers, and obviously you're not the tallest guy. How has that affected you as a player through your professional career, even growing up, high school, college as well?
So actually, I mean, it's not that surprising, but I've kind of always been the shorter guy. Even growing up and stuff, I've always been the smaller guy, but I was always playing up in age groups as well. So it kind of gave me the ability to kind of work on how to, you know, play against taller, bigger, you know, faster guys and kind of adapt that way. So I think because I learned it at such a young age, I was able to, you know, kind of bring it into my game. And, you know, a lot of the game, you know, a lot of people would look at me and say, like, I'm not very good at headers or winning balls in the air, but it's not necessarily height. I mean, it helps, but it's all kind of about timing and where you can or cannot, you know, defend somebody and win balls.
On the pitch, Kyle Hyland is the best at?
I don't know. You know, I pride myself a lot in organizing and keeping things as simple as possible. Early on in my career, I actually came I was on trial with the Columbus Crew, and their DP there is Federico Higuain. And I had almost like one of the first practices, he came and took the ball off my foot instead when I was going to play a ball head. And I kind of got a little upset, and a coach brought me to the side and explained to me that you know, they pay that guy to create everything and do everything, and we pay you to do your job and get the ball to him. So I kind of actually took that to heart a little bit because, I mean, it made a lot of sense. And, you know, me as a left back, I'm not necessarily the playmaker. You know, I'm to defend and do my job and do it as well as I possibly can. So a lot of times I try to keep it as simple as possible and get the ball to the guys that are supposed to make the plays.
You mentioned Columbus Crew. Your background, as I know you, as a guy from the Indianapolis area from college. You grew up in Ohio, but you have the NASL background. What was that transition like for you?
I mean, it was different styles of play. You know, in the MLS and even in the NASL a little bit as well, the style of play is a little more respected. So you'll have a little bit more time on the ball and make decisions. You don't have to make them so rapidly. The USL, people are usually, it's usually a more higher pace game. You don't have very much time on the ball, so you have to make decisions very fast and quickly. And you have to be able to stay calm in those aspects while also playing quick. So it's just a different style of play, but it takes some time to get used to when you first make the transition. But once you're in it, it's kind of just a good feeling for it.
You made the transition to Oklahoma City. How's it treating you?
It's good. Yeah, like the city, like the people. We've really enjoyed our time so far here, getting to know the area and the different pockets of the area and the city and stuff. So, yeah, it's been great so far.
You say we because technically, are you still a newlywed?
I don't know. I mean, 8 months,
Yeah,
8 months.
Year.
Yeah.
Give it to you, sure.
Wife enjoying it?
Yeah, she's enjoying it. Yeah, she works at a nonprofit down on the south side of Oklahoma City. So, yeah, she's doing really well there. And
she's the Cubs fan, and she gets to put the wheel cap cover on the Jeep.
So that's technically her Jeep. She brought. I inherited that from the relationship.
Gotcha.
So currently that's still on there, but that will be changing in the near future. It's taken me a little long to replace it, but it will be replaced.
And the World Series 2 years ago was a very volatile time.
Yeah, I still hear about it from her family, nonstop actually. There'll be times when I actually go into their house and her mom's already has the Game 7 World Series on TV.
Oh, good.
By the time I get in there. That's great.
Because, you just might be watching.
I might forget about it, yeah, exactly.
But you got a basketball title being from Cleveland. So.
We do, yeah.
What your goals for this year are, team goals for this year are?
Team goals, I mean, it's as simple as winning a championship. I mean, we came so close last year, and we brought back a lot of the same pieces, as well as, adding some really key pieces as well. So I can't say that we should be shooting for anything less than a championship.